The Jaguars All-25, presented by Sharpie.
Number 6, Tony Brackens.
If Tony Brackens played today, he would be cashing gigantic checks, and everybody would want him.
Pressure is coming. Marino, he is going to be hit. The ball is on the field. The Jaguars have recovered the fumble by Dan Marino.
Tony Brackens finally at the end of the game does his thing, strips Marino, and knocks the ball loose.
Defensive end Tony Brackens harassed opposing quarterbacks in Jacksonville for 8 seasons.
Stewart in the shotgun, drops to throw, steps up, is hit, and the ball's in the end zone. It's rolling on the turf. Pressure coming out the middle. He's dropped. He's sacked. The ball's on the field. It's picked up by Brackens. Brackens has recovered a fumble at the 24-yard line.
What made Brackens different from every other defender in Jaguars history was his ability to take over games.
Jaguars showing blitz. Here it comes. Myra, quick drop, and it's picked off. Tony Brackens. He's at the 50, on the run, 45-40. Brackens leads to the 35. And you know what? I said, what else does he need? An interception, and Tony Brackens comes up with the big play.
I think he's maybe the most legitimate game wrecker the Jaguars have ever had on the defensive side of the ball.
Impact, impact, impact. It's hard for a defensive end to be productive every week because you're not getting sacks. It's hard to get sacks every week. But the number of plays that he made in terms of making interceptions, forced fumbles, sack fumbles, turning those plays into touchdowns, had he stayed healthy, he probably would have been one of the better defensive ends for a decade in the NFL.
Sack, fumble, game over. That's how you identify Tony Brackens and how you identify that position. That's why he was so good at it.
He had Lawrence Taylor kind of ability to get into the flat, to rush. He made plays on the quarterback, he made plays on running backs, he made interceptions. He did it all. Of course, the game in Baltimore in '96, ay caramba.
Banks will throw, stepping back into the pocket, under pressure, sets up the screen, intercepted! Brackens has got it 10! He's on the run, 5! Touchdown, Jaguars!
The thing that Tony brought was, when they needed it, there were games that they would not have won. Multiple games, I could think of 4 or 5, without Tony Brackens on the field. To say that about a defensive player is very rare.
Brackens is the franchise leader in sacks and forced fumbles and was an explosive force on the Jaguars defense.
We're talking about a country boy from Texas. We're talking about a rancher whose favorite thing to do in the offseason was to rope steers and throw hay bales. I mean, we're talking about a guy with just supernatural strength and incredible explosiveness.
But if there's one guy that would keep an offensive coordinator not sleeping at night in Jaguars history, he might be my first choice.
Tony Brackens was strong, powerful, and quick. And I'll tell you what, he's a guy that probably came into the league. He was good, but could have been great in this era.
Brackens was named an All-Pro and made the Pro Bowl in 1999. But accolades don't do justice to his career. His pure ability is what set him apart.
If in Jaguars history, if in their history, they have had one defensive player who could have been a legit Hall of Fame player, it's Tony Brackens.
Tony Brackens had so much ability that maybe he didn't even reach the full potential of his ability, but it was a pretty good ability when he's here.
There's been no player like him before he got here. Of course, he got here in the second year of the franchise, and there's been no player like him since.
Marino back to throw under pressure. Pocket collapse. The ball is not free. The Jaguars have recovered a fumble. Tony Brackens is on his feet. They haven't blown it dead. No, keep running, Tony. He's at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! Do you believe it?
Tony Brackens is the 6th best Jaguar of all time.